In this video, I will show you all you need to know to get started with Adobe Premiere Pro, even if you are a total beginner in video editing. Now, before we go ahead and open up the software, let me tell you, organization is the key. So you have to organize your files first before you go and start working on your project, and you can thank me later for that. Because especially when you are just starting, you don't want to be searching for your files, you don't want to open your project and see some sort of media are missing and your project cannot be loaded. So I have done my folder here called First Project, and I have also stored all my stock media and my footage into several folders here as a text, images, audios, and A-rolls. And the reason why I have done it so, I will just show you in 1 second. Let's click on a File, a New, and a Project. We're gonna name the project the same as a First Project. And then browse on the location to find your file folder. So in my case, that will be Documents and the First Project. So this location will be also the one where Adobe Premiere Pro will gonna save auto saves of your project. So if you mess up somewhere along the way, you can always head back to the auto save folder and restore your project into its previous version. So let's click on the Select Folders and click on OK. Now you can see the basic editing workspace here on Adobe Premiere Pro. Now to get started, you would need some media on your project file here. Now I will shrink this file right there and just select all my folders. And then drag and drop them into this tab. Alternatively, you can also go on File and Import, but then you would have to import files per folder, okay? Or you can also double click on the same tab here and again import files from your computer that way as well. It really depends on what scale of project you are working on. Now, another handy thing I would like to do is to open each of these project folders of these little bins, select my files and color label them. Let's say I will set up the yellow color for my A-rolls, then I would go for the audios and label them as green. Then for images, I would use maybe something like blue. And then for the text, we go and assign color label maybe purple. Okay, now you need a sequence to get started from your media, and easiest way is to just drag your file into this tab of sequence on your timeline and it will create the sequence. You can also right click and click on new sequence from the clip. One thing to bear in mind, that sequence settings, if you go on a sequence and settings, you will see that you're currently working with the frame size 1920 to 1080 with the aspect ratio 16:19, which is pretty much the standard for the videos you see online, including YouTube videos. Okay, and now click on OK to save, and that's how you see your preview based on the sequence settings. Okay, now your sequence will be named based on the file you have dragged in here first. If you would like, you can go ahead. This is your sequence right here. Right click and click on rename and call it video 1. Maybe video 1 sequence. Okay. Now you have currently one file on your timeline, and this is the video channel of it, and this is audio channel of it. Okay, now to drag another file, you do the same. You just select the file from here and drag and drop on your timeline. You can of course move these lines across here to extend your timeline space you are working on. You also have option here to zoom it in and zoom out of your timeline, and these tabs here let you to zoom in and zoom out each video channel as well. Okay, now we are going to move on and just select and use some of the simple tools you will need when editing your videos. So first of all, let's move more files. Here we have our audio file here, and then we also have some image right there, and as well we added one image as a text. Okay, So let's start from the beginning. So this icon here is a selection tool. So if you click on one of these videos, you will be selecting one of it and you can highlight what you have selected. To select all your files, you can click Ctrl+A on your keyboard and you have selected all of them. Now the next tool that you most likely will be using is this eraser tool, which lets you to make cuts on your videos. Now if you drag your preview tab, you see where you are on the timeline. And with the eraser tool, you can just make a cut right here, right there, and basically everywhere. You can place it right like that. Now, I personally don't use eraser tool that much because what I would like to do instead, now with the Ctrl+Z, you can return back and undo your last actions. I like to use a selection tool and just play my video, and on the places where I would like to make a cut, I would click Ctrl+K shortcut and it will create a cut here as well. If you, instead of cutting the video, you just would like to shrink the beginning or the end of each footage, you can simply hold your mouse and until you see this kind of red arrow pointed right, and then when you drag it, you are cropping the video from one side or from another one as well. Now let's say I'm cropping my video from this side and I have an empty space right here. If you click empty space right there and just click delete on your keyboard, you will get rid of it and the video sequence now is without any breaks in between. Now next, let's move into how you can fast forward or slow down your video footage. So currently, if you go with the mouse on your video, this video footage is 19 seconds long, okay? And now right click on it, you have option to change speed/duration. What you can do, you can manually type the speed in percentage. Let's say I would like this video go 2 times faster, so I would enter 200% and click OK. Now you see that video shrunk on half of its original duration. Alternatively, you can also specify exactly how long for it you would like to be. So instead of changing speed in percentage, you can type here, let's say I want my video to be exactly 10 seconds long. So I'll go ahead here and change 10 and click OK. Now, if you go back and look on your file duration now, you will see it's exactly 10 seconds as you set it up. Now, if you click on preview, you see your video turns and plays twice as its original speed. Again, we can get rid of this empty space by simply clicking delete. Now, another most commonly used tool here is the text tool right here. If you click on the type tool, and then just go on your preview tab and drag some sort of a frame where you would like your text to be displayed. You have option now to type your text. Let's say I want to say thank you for watching. Okay, now from here on, if you go on Effect Controls tab right here, you will see your text toolbox here, and then you can change the fonts. You can align your text, you can bold it, make italic, change the colors as well, and so on. Also change its position, scale, opacity, and things like that. So you can style and write your old text straight here on Adobe Premiere Pro. I, however, like to use another website called canvas.com to create my text layers, simply because I found it a bit easier and a bit faster. So for example, I have done this text, thank you for watching, on Canvas, and then just import it into software such as Image. So if we head here on the Canva, and if you open, like this text is right here in a white color, so you can't really see it. Let me change the background color. So, okay, so that's my text layer. So if you come on the canvas and click on the text tab right here on your design, you have loads of preset texts that you can use and you can design. And then you can simply go ahead and download them as transparent PNG files, okay, selecting your page, and then import into the software. Now, Canva.com got a free version of it, and you also have a premium subscription plan. Now, with the free version, you are able to design your text text and also download them. However, you won't be able to use transparent background feature without upgrading to the paid plan. So if you would like to go ahead and try out Canva's premium plan, I will leave a link in the description so you can try it out free for 30 days. Now let's head back to the Adobe Premiere Pro. So I have downloaded this file as a transparent PNG file. The reason why you see black underneath is just because there is no video footage here. So I can drag this layer on the top and then it will display on my video. Okay, so if I come here, select this text that I have just done, click on delete and replace it with the image, I have the same video effect controls as for any other video file. I can change the scale of it, okay, I can change the position where I want it to be displayed and opacity as well. Okay, so I have two video files and then I have also imported the image. Image have again the same effect controls. For you to see the effect controls, you have to select the file. Now scale of this image fills my entire screen. I can also scale it larger or smaller, and if I want my thank you text to be displayed on the top of it, I just go ahead here and place it above my timeline. Now this image looks a little bit too light for me, so I could change the opacity. Okay, and now the text is visible a bit better. Now we have two videos, image and the text, and the audio as well. With the audio, similarly like with videos, you can make a cut and then just delete what you wouldn't like, or you can simply drag from the end of it to position where your video ends, and that's how far will go your audio. Now if you notice, you have filled two audio tracks here because this video footage came originally with its own audios. So if you would like to get rid of audios, you can simply right click on the video file and unlink it and then just delete the audio. If you don't have anything else on your track, you can delete entire track by right clicking on the audio one here, right click and delete track. Okay, so now you have videos, audios within, and then following by image and the text. Now let's go ahead here and navigate to our effect control here. So you have some sort of presets that you can save yourself once you start editing, but now we're just gonna look on some basic ones that Adobe Premiere Pro comes with. Now one of my favorite video transition effects called zoom, across zoom right here. To apply it, we just have to drag and drop this effect, let's say here. So if you preview, you see how from one video transition it moves to the next one. Another one that I like to use is a dissolve effect. We can put a deep to black dissolve effect at the beginning of this video footage and perhaps at the end of the second one, okay? And here you can see how they look like. If you click on this transition effect, you have duration right there on effect controls, and you can adjust it here as well, increase it or reduce it depending on what effect are you looking for. Now on my presets, I have done some already basic color corrections, audio presets as well, and typing effect as well. If you would like for me to show you how I did the typing effect for the text which looks like this, let me know in the comments. That's just basically displaying your text gradually, although this text is still done as an image on Canva, remember. So you can still apply typing effect on it, okay? Okay, another effect that I use quite often is called blur effect. You can also just search by typing. Okay, and this one is called Gaussian blur, and if I drop it on my video footage and come right there, you can see this effect. If you scroll down on effect controls, it's right there with the blurriness as 00, and then if you increase it, you see how it blurs out your video. Okay, so now when you have done with your effects and transitions and everything that you would like, let's go ahead on File and Export Media. Okay, so the format of #264 is basically the one that you see most likely online, pretty much a standard. So I would recommend for you to leave it as it is. And the preset you can choose from depending what quality you are after. I would like to, and I would also recommend to keep the preset and the quality as your video footage originally is. So if you record your videos in 1080, then you do your sequences in 1080, and then you can choose high quality 1080 HD, for example, from here. Okay, now click on this. Now output name, click on the output name and navigate to your folder again to organize your file. So my first project, and I will just call this as a first project export. And it comes as MP4 file format based on the file preset we have selected. Now if you go down here, you can render it as a maximum depth, which means your file will be as detailed as possible on this preset. And then again, bitrate settings. Currently your target bitrate is at 20, and then you'll see your estimated file size is 65 megabytes. You could potentially reduce this up to 10, and then you get half size of your video, which also means half size of details kind of displayed on your video. So just bear in mind that reducing the target bitrate will reduce your file size, so it will be easier for you to work it afterwards. Let's say if you are uploading it on YouTube, it's gonna take twice as time. But then again, if you work for someone and if you want to deliver the best quality video, you would probably leave it just as it is on 20. And then click on export. Okay, now if we head back to our file folder right here, first project, we have Adobe Premiere Pro Auto Save. As I said, if you come here, you can see we just work on this project for 10 minutes or so. The longer you work, the more auto saves you have. Okay, and then you have your project file here as well. You have your export file here, and still all in one folder, very well organized, so you can find it again. Because what will happen if you move your files or if you delete some of your files and then you decide to go back to work on your project, your software won't be able to load it, and you will get a message saying as media is missing. And you of course can relocate this media and find it again, but why wouldn't you just save your time straight away by organizing your files? That's it for today's video. I do hope you learned something new today. If you would like for me to create another tutorial, anything specific about Adobe Premiere Pro, let me know what are your biggest struggles or what you would like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you on the next one.